One of the Navy's routine training missions has ended with 8 sailors injured and an investigation into what went wrong on the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower today.
Helicopters flew some patients to Centera Norfolk General and Naval Medical Center Portsmouth. 10 on your side's Liz Palka has been following the story all day. Liz.
Anita and Tom, the most important thing I can stress is all 8 sailors are said to be in stable condition. That's according to a Navy spokesperson. 4 of the sailors still recovering here at the hospital, where crews were prepared for their arrival. The first MH-60 lands at Centera Norfolk General Hospital around 4:20 Friday afternoon. 2 sailors would be rushed into the hospital on stretchers. Another 2 come in on a second helicopter minutes later. 2 more sailors were also flown to Naval Medical Center Portsmouth, while 2 were treated on board the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. The Navy saying all 8 hurt after an incident on board the aircraft carrier. We saw the Eisenhower as it left its home port on Thursday afternoon. Commander Mike Kafka says the aircraft carrier is on a month-long training mission working up to its deployment this summer. Kafka said an E-2C Hawkeye was landing on the ship when the arresting gear parted. That's the cable the aircraft catches to stop. No one on the Hawkeye was hurt, and the 8 sailors now being treated are expected to be okay. At the hospital, Nightingale's crew was ready for the patient's arrival.
The Navy called our dispatch center, let our dispatch center know that they were inbound with the critical patients. We were then able to mobilize our team to go down to help offload.
Flight crew manager and nurse Denise Bayless says Nightingale was prepared after a year of training with the Navy.
We have them come over with their aircraft. We have our crew and our teams come out. We have them do the training on the helipad. So in a situation like this, it goes smoothly like it did today.
The Navy saying the names of the sailors hurt will not be released. They did say the families have already been notified. An investigation into the incident is already underway. Live in Norfolk, I'm Liz Palka, 10 on your side.
We can tell you a little more of what the Eisenhower was doing at sea. It was headed out for what's known as COM2X and Joint Task Force exercises. The military says completing them is the final step in making sure sailors are certified for deployment. Now, this archive video shows you arresting gear similar to that aboard the Eisenhower. It's responsible for stopping aircraft on the flight deck. Boeing says a hook on the plane will catch the cable to stop. Now, those cables are typically about 1 inch wide and they sit slightly elevated above the surface. The U.S. military has been using a similar system since the late 1920s.
The ship's arresting gear is about 13 years old. This is video of it in action last year during the Ike's first successful landing of an F-35C Lightning II. The Navy says that the gear was last overhauled in June of 2003. Gizmodo reports the Navy's current system can stop a 50,000-pound plane going 150 miles per hour in 2 seconds.